Okay, it's October 3rd, 2011, and the last video I did was in September, and a lot of things happened in a month. And I'm not saying that they're like bad things. They're just like so totally mind-blowing. I just like can't even stand it. You know, I have to say that like a valley girl. I just my mind is so totally blown. Anyway, I had done a first take of this video and realized I'm naming names and I didn't ask permission from the people involved. I'll just sort of like relate to them according to the connections, the family connections. Remember when I told you in the Jupiter retrograde video that making the effort and reaching out to far-flung family members or groups of people, catching up, because Jupiter retrograde, Jupiter deals with groups, and retrograde talks about catching up with details and stuff. Well, we had a monster reconnect. Okay, one of my sons, who has never had contact with his father, has had contact with his father, and his 27-year-old sister, and everybody's like happy as ducks in water, you know, because they're at a space where they can reconnect without feeling that they're threatening other relationships, because 35 years have gone by. The sister has been an only child, and she's always wanted to have a sibling, and all that's well and good, and everybody's like happiness. So just Jupiter and Taurus retrograde. Well, what was happening to me was I've had Saturn in Libra right on top of my Neptune, because my Neptune's in Libra because I'm a boomer. Well, right when all this is happening, Venus comes along, lands right on top of Saturn saying, "Hi, I like being in Libra. Venus rules Libra, Saturn's in Libra, and everything else is too, like, Mercury's in Libra." And so I ended up chatting with the father of my child after 35 years, and we're just like so totally amused. He got a divorce a couple years ago. I got a divorce a couple years ago, and we didn't leave on bad terms. We just sort of like left on weird terms. It was the mid-70s. What do you want? I mean, people were just like, everything was just like nutso. So we're finding that we still find each other wildly amusing. Plus, we have a shared history, because we were together for a period of time before I gave birth to his son. And a friend had said on Facebook that when Venus meets Saturn and it's right on top of your Neptune, this Saturn makes you wait, but that Venus Neptune connection gives you what you have been waiting for, what you desire. And I didn't know I had any particular desire until I talked to the father of my son, and I thought, oh, he's still so funny. And I saw pictures of him. I mean, I've aged, he's aged, but he's still a handsome guy. Looks sort of Ernest Hemingway kind of old man of the sea kind of look, and we're finding a whole new relationship is blossoming, because I talked to him. Dig this. I talked to him on the new moon in Libra. All this Libra stuff. Oh, love's in here. Oh, we're gonna make a relationship. Saturn Libra says make it concrete. But on top of all this, I mean, that ain't even the half of it. On top of all this, Saturn's going through a period of the zodiac, a section of the zodiac, like from 17 to 22 degrees Libra, that it's not going to revisit for another 29 years. Now, Ann Ortley of the Weekly Weather, she says that between here and November 4th, if you make a commitment to something, it's going to be a long-term commitment, like a 29-year commitment. And people go, oh my God, 29 years, how can I, that's too much. We're not going to live that long. They say, well, okay. She goes, okay. Well, just know that whatever you commit to, whether you're getting rid of somebody, they're going to be G-O-N-E, gone, okay? If you bring somebody into your life, if they're going to hang around. If you're unsure about starting up a thing, whatever that relationship is, a work relationship or, a love relationship, if you're not sure about it, hold off making any kind of commitments until after the 4th of November, because when Saturn goes to 22 degrees Libra, that's the point where it stations before it goes retrograde the next time it's in that section of the zodiac. But from 17 to 22, from here to November 4th, is like, be careful. Okay. Now, also, as I had said, I had mentioned in the Jupiter and Taurus retrograde video, that sometimes people can promise more than they can deliver. I mean, it doesn't mean that they're fibbing, but it's just that feelings are like overblown. We've got Mars and Leo coming up to square Jupiter and Taurus, and Mars and Leo is like, oh, it's like, let's live large, okay? And Jupiter's like really expansive, so we have to sort of like be careful not to put too much into something. But oh, it's just so difficult when he's just being so sweet. We talked on the telephone, and we're just making each other laugh in that kind of way that people who have been together for a while can make each other laugh. And it's been delightful. I really thought that, I'm 62. He's going to be 70. And I thought, like, at this point of my life, it's like, oh, well, it's like, we're just, forget about romance, forget about love, forget about, it's like, I'm too old, I'm not marketable, I'm all fat, my knees are bad, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't want to admit that. I just figured that it was like, all over for me. And now, my son is saying, the son who, it's like, that's his dad, he's saying, it's so romantic, it's just so cute, that even if it wasn't my mom and my dad who are going through this, it would still make him feel like all warm and squishy, because it's awful sweet. And it's like, damn, those Libra planets, I tell you, it's like, oh, love stuff, I like you, you like me, oh, we'll make each other laugh. So anyway, so we have that Jupiter retrograde Taurus thing, reach out and, connect, make the effort to connect and catch up with people. Then I have the Venus in Libra right on top of Saturn in Libra, right on top of my Neptune. And so if you've been wondering, oh, my son is just walking in the door. So if you've been wondering where I've been and what's been going on, and he's gonna peek. Oh, you gotta
free the humans.
free the humans. Occupy Wall Street. So anyway, if you've been wondering like where I've been and what's been going on, it's just like astrologers end up being affected by the transits just like anybody else does. It's just that sometimes we can just go, oh, that's why this makes sense, and that's why this makes sense. And so one of the things that I did do is I didn't have as much astrological knowledge. I had some. I was more into the tarot 35 years ago, but I didn't have as much astrological knowledge as I do now. And so I got his birth data. That's the first thing I did. I said, check your birth certificate. Um, did his chart, been analyzing his chart, and I go, oh, that's why. And then I've been doing like our synastry, and I was going, oh, that's why. One of the things that was mentioned in a lecture at the San Francisco Astrological Society, of which I am the director of publicity and outreach at this time, one of the things that had come up in a conversation, in a lecture about chart analysis, is that quincunx, or incujux, which is 150 degrees, 5 signs, 30 degrees, 150. Quincunx between Venus and Mars cause an attraction. Sorry for the jump cut. We're talking about the quincunx between Mars and Venus being attraction. My Venus is in Virgo, his Mars is in Aries. An opposition would have been Venus in Libra. One sign over, which is the inconjunct with the quincunx, is Venus in Virgo, and there is an attraction. Also, I wanted to make mention that oppositions to Venus are not bad in synastry charts. People think automatically that all oppositions are bad. No, they're not. We have in our synastry, we have Sun opposed Venus, which is a romantic attraction, and then we have Pluto opposed Venus, which is a more intense attraction. And it's a good thing that we reconnected after we had gotten our divorce, because had we been communicating while we were married to other people, we would have made those other people hecka nervous, because we make each other laugh in that knowing kind of way. But anyway, I just wanted to share this with you and let you know that yeah, astrologers astrologers have a life, and that these aspects affect or impact our lives like everybody else's, but at least we have the benefit of being able to check the charts and check the transits and check the synastry and go, oh, that's why, oh, that explains it. So I will make effort to be a little more regular about doing astrology videos, but sometimes I'm doing my Lewis Black imitation. Sometimes you have to live your life, and that's what I've been doing. This last month, life has like caught up with me, blown my mind so totally, made me giddy as a schoolgirl. It's like, I mean, when was the last time I hung up the phone and went, hee, like that? A gazillion years. Okay, so that's what's happening. That's what's happening right now. So so that's it. This is third time's a charm. I keep on like, re-editing this thing. So there it is, and I'll be back with another astrology video, and perhaps another update about how further my mind is being blown anon. So take care, and there it is.